back to Forza Horizon 4, guys. Today, we're gonna jump in and talk about the possible 2021 Forza Horizon 5 release date. Over the past week, you guys have been blowing up my Twitter and my Instagram because Jeff Grub, a very reputable and trusted source in the gaming community, said that he thinks Forza Horizon 5 will be releasing in 2021. That is what we're gonna talk about today. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense for Forza Horizon 5 to release in 2021. Sit back and relax, this is gonna be a pretty cool. However, two things before we do get into this. One, nothing in this video is confirmed just yet, so take everything with a grain of salt. And two, if you haven't already checked out the Raid Winter hats in the AR12 store, click the link in my description because they are selling out super quick. If you want to get them for the holidays, please don't wait too long before they sell out. With that out of the way though, back to Forza Horizon 5. So who is Jeff Grub and why exactly is what he said so important? So Jeff Grub is a gaming journalist. He's been in the scene for a very long time, and his word carries a lot of trust in the community. He's made a bunch of predictions in the past before, and oftentimes they're correct. So when somebody like Jeff Grub comes out and says that he thinks Forza Horizon 5 will be releasing in 2021, that carries a lot of weight and it set the internet off. And honestly, after I did a little bit of digging, what Jeff Grub said actually makes a lot of sense. So that is what we're gonna talk about today. If we're gonna do that though, we need to rewind the clocks a little bit, like I said, to get a complete understanding of what's going on. So here's how Forza games have released in the past. Forza Horizon games always released on even number years, with the first one coming out in 2012, Forza Horizon 2 coming out in 2014, so on and so forth. Forza Horizon 4 is the most recent, which came out in 2018. Forza Motorsport, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. Those games come out on the odd number years, with the most recent Forza Motorsport game being Forza Motorsport 7, which came out in 2017. And just recently, in June of 2020, we got our first look at this. This is the trailer for the next Forza Motorsport game. No, it's not called Forza Motorsport 8, by the way. It's just called Forza Motorsport, just a heads up. When that trailer came out, though, back in June, I actually made a video all about it, showcasing everything that they're working on behind the scenes, like the new physics, the new suspension, the new weather, the 4K and the ray tracing, and so on. If you missed that video, I will link to it down below. And more importantly, I also mentioned how the next Forza Motorsport game will not be coming out on the Xbox One. What that means is it will not be coming out in 2020, obviously. It will also not be coming out in 2021. It will be coming out at the earliest and most probably 2022. So just to recap, in 2019, we get no new game. In 2020, we get no new game. In 2021, we are set to get no new game. That is a very long time between Forza release dates. So when Jeff Grub comes in and he says that he thinks Forza Horizon 5 is gonna be coming out in 2021, here's one of the possible reasons as to why that makes a lot of sense. If we're gonna do this though, you've got to take off your gamer's hat and put on the hat of an accountant working for Forza. I'm not joking. Say you're the guy who looks at how much money Forza's made over the past year. 2015, 2016, 2017. You are living it up. Forza's selling millions of copies, expansions like crazy, car passes. You are living the life. You are having a fantastic time, right? And then 2018 rolls around. Forza Horizon 4 comes out. It is the most popular Forza game of all time. This is the happiest you've ever been. Then they toss out the Fortune Island expansion. Sells like crazy. Awesome. I am the happiest little accountant in the world. He's probably a normal-sized accountant, by the way. Anyways, time keeps on ticking. May of 2019, the Lego expansion comes out for Forza Horizon 4. It sells like crazy. You are a happy accountant. That is until in 2019, you realize that there's no game coming out later on in the year. That's okay though, we had an awesome Forza Horizon 4 release. we'll make it. We're doing fine. Time keeps on ticking though, and we've now arrived in 2020 where, again, there's no paid expansion, there is no new game around, and little accountant is not having a good time. The alarm bells are going off. Ask yourself, for example, when was the last time you paid real life money for Forza Horizon 4 content, or any Forza content for a matter of fact? Ask yourself, for example, when was the last time you paid real money for content in Forza Horizon 4? I've got to imagine most people haven't paid for anything for this game since it came out in 2018, where they got the game, the expansions, and the car pass included all in one big bundle. And I think Forza realized that exactly was going on, which is why I think recently they added these to the game. These are the recent theme packs for the game, which new users can go and purchase. Instead of purchasing the entire car pass, they can get these for a cheaper price, which obviously won't get Forza out of the red zone, but it will generate some dollar bills. Not to mention, if Forza really does need the money, them releasing Forza Horizon 5 in 2021 makes a lot of sense, because it would be the biggest Forza game of all time. Just think about it. You would capture the audience on all platforms. You would have everybody who plays Forza on PC. You would have everybody on the new Xbox Series X and S, as well, keeping that super strong core of Xbox One players. If you want to maximize the amount of people who play your game, chuck it on as many platforms as possible, and that is exactly how they would do it. If Forza delayed their game to 2022, 2023, you would lose the Xbox One players and only capture that small amount of people who have already upgraded or who have a PC. I don't know if that's just me, but you capture all of your audience across the entire range of your platform, regardless of whether they're PC or Xbox players. And then in 2022, you drop Forza Motorsport 8, the next Forza Motorsport game, as a true next-gen experience on the PC and on the Xbox Series X. I think that's the answer right there, and that makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know if it's just me, but that makes a lot of sense. If you need some money, you need your game on as many platforms as possible with as many players as possible. You toss it on the PC, you toss it on the Xbox One, and you toss it on the Xbox Series X, and then it sells like crazy, becomes the most popular Forza game of all time. I don't know. This sounds pretty good to me. I really like this. I don't know if this is the actual plan right now. We will have to see. Maybe at some point in the future, though, I'll do a little bit of a wish list or a predictions video for what I think is actually gonna be included in the next Forza Horizon game, because at this point, we have no idea. If that's something you want to see, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. That is Forza Horizon 5 possibly releasing in 2021. Would be super cool. We'll have to see what happens. See you guys soon. Bye.